Walking music for the fight, buddy.
Blake?
It's just going to autoplay again. Bringing Blake in, guys. Maybe. There we go.
Hey.
What up? I guess I'll put my headphones in so it doesn't, like, go through.
How's it going?
It's good. Got a lot of people watching.
We do. We have 20 viewers, so hopefully that audience builds. Nicole, you're working the controls again this week.
I am. So if I look a little hectic, roll with it again.
Switch your
Cindy,
roles.
we know, but we are working with our IT department to switch what we use to stream and be able to pull in video and the different websites and stuff for you guys. So that will be worked on at some point in the future.
Yep. Only getting better. Good
Baby
morning,
steps.
Barbara. Good morning, Cinda. Bad sound.
That
Okay,
was what
if
my
you guys
comment
experience
was.
bad
That was
sound,
what
let
my
us know.
comment was for, Blake.
Do what?
That was what my comment was for. Was her comment?
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I was replying verbally to her written comment. So we'll go ahead and get started. And Blake, I'll let you take the first slide.
Okay. All right. Well, can you? There we go. All right.
Guys, let us know that there's still audio though.
All right. So each week we discuss resources that you can visit when we are not live on social media. So there's always the information that we're going over right now. You can always access on a few of our online resources. The first being our main official City of Weatherford website. weatherfordtx.gov. You can actually watch board and commission meetings, city council meetings. In fact, we'll have a city council meeting tonight beginning at 6:30, which you can watch online or on the cable channel or right here on Facebook. You can also go to our tourism website, experienceweatherford.com, to see all events that are taking place across the corporate city limits of Weatherford. And then we have our economic development website, chooseweatherford.com. That's more for developers. And then our downtown bypass website, or bypass project website, which is heritagesquareweatherford.com. So we have 4 websites that you can visit at all times to get information when we're not live on social media. You can also follow us at Facebook at Weatherford, Texas, Instagram at City of Weatherford, Twitter, City Weatherford. On YouTube, just search Weatherford, and then on Nextdoor, we are City of Weatherford. So those are all the platforms that we're on to give you all ample opportunity to keep track of what's going on in the city of Weatherford.
And Blake, I want to point out that make sure you are following us as an agency on Nextdoor, because we push out things like the closure that we have over on Bankhead from the gas line issues this morning.
That's right. It was an eventful morning already with that I think it was a 3-inch gas line that was severed. They were working on a project, and so, but I think they have it fixed or close to having it fixed.
And we will update everyone as we know more. So this is that My Weatherford app that Blake was referencing in regards to our website. It is going through a redesign. We're really excited to show that to everyone once we are done with the team that's working on it. You can see other nearby service requests. You can put them in. You can attach pictures, give extra information. You can pay all of your bills, anything city related. This is your one-stop shop for all things Weatherford, Texas.
And then, of course, we have our part of our experienced Weatherford tourism brand. We have Weatherford Eats. This is basically a mobile app that's free on the Apple Store or on Google Play. And basically, it lists all restaurants right here in the city limits of Weatherford. And we developed this at the beginning or the early onset of COVID during the pandemic. That way, restaurants could go in and update new things that they're offering, such as carry out, delivery, et cetera, et cetera. You can also, if you're a restaurant owner and you're new, you can add your restaurant listing for free by visiting experienceweatherford.com, and that ties directly to the Weatherford Eats mobile app. It's a really cool, free tool, and I often use it. I know Nicole often uses it simply because there's so many restaurants. You kind of get into the same habit of going to the same places sometimes, and then I'll open up the app and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go try, this restaurant out this week. So it's a really cool tool that you can use for free.
I'll second that. And we've had more downloads, so I know that people are actively using it. I just like that the different businesses in the city limits get to update their own listing or whatever information they want about their business.
So Shelly asked a question, Nicole, trying to read the comments. Where's the best? And if you're new to the show, we will answer your questions as they come in. So she asked, where's the best COVID and vaccine information for the city? So we just learned that State Representative Phil King helped Parker County become a vaccine hub. And so we're still getting information about how that will occur. That's in conjunction with the Parker County Hospital District, and they kind of lead that. So once we get more information from them, as you all have been following on local news networks, national news networks, we're kind of dependent on what happens from the federal level on down to the local level. So we're waiting to get more information on when that will occur. So be patient with us. We did announce in the last couple of days that we did become a hub, and that's all we know for right now. So we're patiently waiting. And the Parker County Hospital District is actually, they have a way that you can sign up for the vaccine as well, and they'll put you on a list.
Sorry.
So Shelly asked who enforces restaurant staff masking for the city. Saw the recent letter. Shelly, you'll want to contact Development Neighborhood Services, and they can help you with that. Nicole, let me see if I can find a phone number for them if you want to keep going, Nicole.
Yeah, we'll reply in the comments to that, Shelly.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we do have some special guests today that we're excited to bring back on the show. So it's not their first time. But they've got a really cool project that we posted about yesterday that we'll be going more into detail in tonight at the council meeting. But we wanted to make sure everyone knows that we do have our survey up, and that is for letting us know where you want like pathways and roadways, hike and bike, and you get to let us know your opinion on upcoming projects on roadways and intersections and all of that stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the mic around. So I hope it's not super like nauseous making for everyone. Well, maybe I'll turn it before just for a second.
Mic or video?
You're going to be on video and mic.
No.
So there's Chad and there's Terry Hughes, guys. Everyone say hi. So mainly Chad's going to be talking. Sorry, guys, my mic's going to rock a little bit from where he's sitting. But we're going to go ahead and, like, I think I'm going to hide you for a second. So that way I'm going to hand over the controls to where Chad can tell you a little bit about the survey, and then we'll kind of walk through it. Up to you.
I can't see what you have up.
Well, I just figured you'd tell them a little bit about the survey, and then we can pull it
Oh,
up.
okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, we're here to get the word out.
Took off the mic.
Okay.
Okay, try again.
They just been staring at me talking.
Well, no, it didn't. I didn't have you on, and it was muted.
Okay. Good now. All right. Yeah. So this is our capital improvement project survey. So we are in the process of updating our capital improvement plan. It's a thoroughfare plan of projects that we long-term look at over the next 10 to 20 years. We've constructed a number of those over the last few years. So as a follow-up to the thoroughfare plan that we updated last year, this is the effort that we're trying to get out and get input from citizens. Where do you see issues, traffic issues, connectivity issues, pedestrian, bicycling, anything in town related to thoroughfare that you would like to communicate to us as we go through this update? That's kind of what we're looking for. So this interactive map that we've got is pretty slick, so we're excited to get this out. And I'll run through it if you're ready for that.
You readjust some stuff. If it helps, I took off your face.
They don't have to look at me
They
anymore.
weren't looking at your
Okay,
face. Then that's gonna be. One second. I'm gonna grab this.
I'm sorry, Terry. Did you have anything to add?
No. Again, we're doing this. Can you hear me?
They can hear you. They just
Okay.
don't see you.
The reason we're doing an online survey is we normally do a large number of citizen meetings, but people are reluctant to go out to large meetings anymore with COVID being around. So while we will still have an interactive meeting with folks on a face-to-face basis with COVID protocols in place, we thought this may be a really great way for everyone to still be able to interact with us and feel safe from, their own home or from their car using a mobile device or something of that nature. So that's part of the reason we're moving forward with this web map survey.
Okay, 1 second. It kicked my screen out for a second, so. Boom. Okay. So this is what they'll be seeing, and
Okay.
here's where you can go to the survey.
So, all right, good. So yeah, a huge benefit of this is the time constraint too of making public meetings. We feel like our citizens will be able to get on this through the different social media platforms, their personal devices, cell phones, desktops, whatever you have. It's pretty resilient. So as you go, this is what you'll be greeted with. It has a little bit more information and detail on capital improvement projects, what they are related to roadways, a little bit of info of what we're looking for and what we're trying to garner from the citizens. So you'll see that there's 4 sections here. The first is going to be issue mapping. You'll go through this section. It's a drag and drop feature that shows the entire city. So traffic issues, connectivity, walkability, bikeability. It's a bit general in what you can place, but as you drop these points, you can tell us time of day, that sort of info, but there's still custom sections so that you can communicate to us what kind of issues you see. You can zoom in as sort of a mapping interface, and you're not limited to how many of these you can put in. So we're excited about this section because it's fairly custom. You can send targeted data to us as to what the citizens are looking at. So the next task, another feature also, you can get your bearings a little better by zooming out, panning through, and whenever you get to an area that you are interested in. So it's a feature to be able to go through the map like that. So the next task is really just the roadways on the CIP. Now, as we've updated this, our CIP plan, this is where we're going to ask citizens to prioritize what they feel is the top 5 projects listed. Now, all of these projects are developed based on previous CIP and then other CIP projects that have been determined to be necessary. So, for example, you can say the extension of Kirkpatrick. Now, as you click on this project, it'll give you an explanation or a description of what that project is with a kind of a conceptual cross section. So you can choose to be a priority and then another opportunity to add a comment. So in this section, same opportunity to get your bearings, zoom in on specific projects, and then see what that proposed project would look like and if the connection is something you think is a priority. So that's the roadway section. We also have intersections. It's the same concept. We're looking for input on top 5 priorities. Let's look at the intersection of Ranger Highway and 180. Shows a potential for what a roundabout would look like, the intersection improvements that would be, why that would be necessary, whether you think that's a priority or not, with comments added. So that's the long and the short of what we're looking for and based on what the CIP roadways and intersections are. But there's also an opportunity to go back to your map markers. Let's say that you were reminded of something that you knew was an issue when you're looking through the CIP projects. Then you can go back in and add that drop down. The last slide I'll go over before I try to answer any questions maybe we got going on.
Got a couple. But
So the conclusion as you finish this, we're asking survey takers what type of transportation user you are. You know, you could be all of these, or maybe you just focus on bike or whatnot. Do you live in the city limits? Yes, no, or if you're unsure, name and email would be great. That way we can reach back out to you if we have questions related to your comments or your input, and then how you hear about the survey. One more chance for input. There's a large text box here for anything related to the survey or whatnot. And then once you close that out, the results will be sent to us. We'll keep this open for about 60 days before we start pulling all the data. And of course, we're encouraging everyone to share this with everyone. Get it out there as much as they can. So
we have. Hold on, let me make sure I'm pulling up the right comment. So the first comment we got was wanting to know when we were going to get at the Allen Street started.
Let me field this right quick. What we just went over with everyone is what we refer to as our capital program. And capital programs are normally where we would add capacity to a roadway, i.e. we're going to widen a roadway, say from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, or we're going to build a brand new roadway across virgin territory, or we're going to try to improve or do congestion mitigation by improving intersections. When we talk about existing streets where we're doing rehabilitation type work, that's completely out of Chad and my area. That would fall to Transportation Public Works, and most likely they could contact Manny Palacios or Matt Lepla, and they could give them some time frames with regard to a rehabilitation project like Allen Street, if that makes sense. Again, these are new type projects that would add capacity to a street or connect a new street or mitigate congestion with regard to an intersection. So they are funded quite a bit differently. And without going into a long program on how the funding happens, the reason we need this information is to help us as we start trying to locate funding for these various projects. We need to know what's the highest priority. So that's a long answer for that.
And Michael, I posted a link on our website where you can see the project timeline for this year. I know it says fiscal year 2019 through 20, but that should be an updated link. But if you go to our website and go over to transportation and public works, under public works, we have under streets. So you go to public works, then you go to streets, then there it'll say current projects. We have the map that gives the approximate timeline for all of their street widening and all of the projects that Public Works is working on this year.
Can you drag this over so I can see the comments a little bit?
Yeah, let me pull Facebook over. I'm gonna switch it.
Okay.
Just a second, guys. My computer is freaking out. Just leave the comments. So we got that question. We will post it, Heath. Like I said in my reply to you, we had to wait for it to go live first. But if you head over to our website, it'll be the first thing that'll pop up on the home screen. It's like a picture of a little computer and a phone, and it says Capital Transportation Survey 2021, and you click on it, and it'll take you directly to that survey that you can fill out.
Nicole, this interactive, we're excited about this because it's an exciting type program. You can go and zoom into, your very street and look at various things. Now, we're not looking for, someone to say, hey, there's a pothole on my street. We're looking at big picture, major type projects or major type aspects of what we're doing. But again, if you go in there and look at the map markers, you can zoom into various areas. It's a little more, it seems to us it's a little more fun and inviting than just taking a survey that says, hey, do you want A and B and without a map associated with it. So
Absolutely.
That's part of what we like. So.
No, I mean, I took it as a test survey, guys, and I can tell you it's not hard to navigate. And honestly, the more, let me pull it back up, but the more answers you give us when it comes to like your comments and concerns and things, that's going to make it a lot easier when we're looking at all of the survey replies. And every section you can, like when you pick a project, you can add a comment to that too. So every single section gives you the opportunity to leave that comment. Like I know he already said that, but you can go as detailed as you want. I know I wrote like a paragraph on one of them and it took the whole paragraph.
It does. And it's this back data that when we begin to complete the capital improvement program, all that data will be associated with this. But the whole ideal of this is to garner citizen input and user input, so that there are areas out there that some people may have some great ideals about that we haven't thought about, or that could impact our overall program. So yeah, and it seems to us to be a really fun program to mess with. I enjoy looking at it.
So really quick, I'm going to pull up our website, guys. So when you initially go to our website, it literally pulls up right here. First things first, you click on it and it'll take you right to that survey. So it'll be super quick and easy. We'll share it on all the social media, but it should be super simple survey that we're excited to see everyone fill out.
Yeah, I was going to point out, I think there was a question about date of a project. And when you're looking at these dates are projected, pretty far out, 10 to 20 years, because they're used to give us a long-term planning for how we fund things. So if you see something like Allen Street on there, we don't have a targeted date on that yet. Just wanted to clear that up.
It'll update over here. So I'm going to pull up on the website. So if you're on the home screen of the website, it won't say, well, I'm going to log out really quick, actually. So like when you go to our website, you can click the survey there, but if you're wanting to know more about some of those other projects, you'll come to where it says departments, transportation, public works, hover, don't click, hover over streets, and then click current street projects and everything. And that'll pull up that map. And I'll share this link too, but that'll pull up that map that has the estimated dates. But like he said,
yeah, those are, and you're referring to the rehab projects, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what Terry was explaining. Rehab versus CIP, two totally different.
Very different.
Different departments. So.
But yeah, so I want to thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having us.
And talking about this really cool survey that I've nerded out about for a little while now. So it's nice that other people get to see it too.
Yeah, so please get the word out and get us some good feedback.
Thank you, guys. And then I'm going to pass it back to Blake to do the next slide. But give me a second to transition everything back over to where it needs to be. Hold on, Blake.
One of their things that they're responsible for in regard to our capital projects is they work closely with the COG, Council of Governments. They work closely with TxDOT as well. And so they don't work just within with other employees in the city. They work outside with other entities. They work with the county. So they really work with a whole network of people, and we appreciate what they do. And I know that they're hoping that as many of you watching can fill out that survey for them, because I know they look at that data. All right, so brush collection this week, it looks like we're at quadrant 4. Collections will be the 4th week of the month, and that's continual 4th week of the month each month in quadrant 4. It includes south of Fort Worth Street to the city limit line, east of South Main to Santa Fe, and connecting streets. So if you're in quadrant 4, make sure that you have your book and brush ready to go for pickup. All right, and then next week we will have quadrant 1. Collections are always on the 1st week of the month. And then that area includes west of North Main, north of Palo Pinto to the city limit line, the 800 block of East Oak and connected streets, East Bankhead Highway and connected streets to the city limit line, Old Dicey Road and connected streets, Meadowview Drive and connected streets, Auto Drive and connected streets, Azle Highway to White Settlement Road. Well, that was a mouthful, Nicole, but I got.
But you got it.
I got it. I nailed it. You know,
all the props to you, because.
So get ready for bullet brush collection next week if you're in quadrant 1 as well, and our crews will be out there to pick that up.
Morning, Ken. Heath, we love having people on. One of our goals for this year is actually to get more people on the show, so that way people can understand a little bit more about how the city runs and works and everything. So yeah, our next slide. Water department updates. So shout out to Rick Schaefer for getting me these updates to share with you guys. So Victron is a new gas station. Where we had been talking about the gas station and taco shop going in on Rick Williamson Memorial Highway in Mineral Wells. They're over there installing a new water main, and the developer's contractor will be boring beneath Rick Williamson Memorial this highway this week. It's been delayed due to weather. Should not impact traffic, but you will see the contractor set up in the median area. So just to let everyone know what's going on there. The wastewater main extension along Fort Worth Highway near Willow Creek Drive, our contractor is continuing to work on installing those wastewater mains on the north side of Fort Worth Highway and moving westward. The contractor will be performing driveway repairs on Willow Creek Drive. You should still be able to get through, but we're just letting you guys know because there could be some partial lane blockages this week. And then the elevated storage tank near South Bowie, they have finished painting the bowl, and they are working on piping and mechanical stuff inside the tower. Just to let you guys know, because I know we've gotten some questions on seeing crews and things out there. And then the water for purification plant,
got it.
Granular activated carbon. Boom. I still have that down from when we used to talk about it every week. Or GAC filter project. We are adding 4 new GAC filters at the for better treatment and to help us improve those aesthetics for our drinking water. Construction is scheduled about 20 months. So we're looking at late summer of 2022 before it's completed and operational. It's a cost of $9.3 million, but it's being funded with already existing funds, i.e. you will not see an increase in your water rates for the project. They are working on submittals and ordering equipment that has like some long lead times, but we're hoping, well, you probably won't see any activity or anything until February, but we wanted to update everyone on that because we have gotten questions since we used to talk about that a lot. And again, this is aesthetics. Our water is safe. We used to have a really long spiel, and if y'all want us to do it again, we can. But I don't have it typed out for today, so that's always fun. And then our second slide of updates from the water department is that the water main extension along the future east loop of Rick Williamson Memorial Highway, so from Azle Highway to the west, started on December 7th. They are working on the west side of Azle Highway. Over at the new public safety building, they are replacing the water and wastewater mains in the vicinity for the new building, and water utilities complete with our portion of the work. By the way, side note, that has helped save a lot of money for us doing it the way that we've done that, and we're really excited to see that new building, so that way all of our emergency responses can better serve our residents. Over on North Main Street, the city contractor is making repairs where pavement has settled over those utility trenches. You should already start seeing activity again as the rain is clearing up, and their TxDOT contractor will also be back out to make some more repairs. We don't have a scheduled time for that activity. It'll probably happen after our contractor is finished, but that is still moving along. Again, weather permitting has, you guys have seen the weather for the last few weeks. Y'all know it's been kind of rainy and stuff. Then the water main extension along South Bethel Road, north and south of I-20 from Country Club Lane to BB Fielder has not started, but it will be starting soon. They are locating / potholing existing utilities this week. And then over on South Elm Street in the 800 block, crews are replacing sewer from Eureka to Ackerd.
All right, David and Justin, I think, are asking the same question. What is the development happening along Dennis Road and Ranger Highway where those two roads meet? Keep in mind, David and Justin, though that location is not located in the city limits of Weatherford right there. But on that corner, what I have heard, the rumor and the rumor mill on social media is I've heard a gas station, maybe some fast food type restaurants as well. So we don't have the information on that simply because it's outside the city limits right there.
Boom.
All right, fire department updates. So Nicole, you made a nice video that I saw posted yesterday.
I think we posted it, yeah.
Yeah, it was very nice. So it's a recruitment video. It looks like they are beginning their hiring process once again.
Mm-hmm.
Registration began yesterday. It looks like the entrance exam, I cannot talk. Entrance exam, there we go, is February 27th. And from watching the video, you'll quickly just go back to our page on, you can go on Facebook under City of Weatherford, and the video is located there on the feed. And basically, it's about a 5-minute video detailing what all is involved in being a firefighter, or what they call themselves warriors, and they are. So go check out that video if you're interested in becoming a firefighter. And they're looking for individuals, men, women with high moral character and looking for a challenge. And so begin that registration and prepare for that interest.
Deadline, our last day that we're taking resumes in is February 12th.
Yep.
So before that entrance exam, so you guys get your resume in. It's super easy. I have the email here. If you go to our website, head to the fire department section, employment, there's a link there. We had a link in the post on both the city page and the fire page. It's on our Twitter. It's on our Instagram. It's on our LinkedIn. It's on YouTube. We kind of tried to make it as easy to find as possible. Yep.
Hey, and Michael, I see your comment. You're very welcome. And you know, we always say it, Nicole and I are not the experts on everything within the city. Our job is to be transparent and share information with you all. So thanks for being patient with us as well. And we'll guide you in the right direction if we don't know the answer.
Yeah, what he said. So development neighborhood services. So we kind of talk about this project typically when we do economic development, but I wanted to share with it because a lot of different areas on our site, you can see projects and stuff. So just a quick reminder that development neighborhood services does have the projects for what's recently approved, what's under construction, and subdivisions on their department page. So as you can see on the slideshow, if you look at where there's the little green part where it says home, you go under departments, planning division, development projects, and then you can actually check out everything going on there. So I think that's a really cool feature that we have on the website. And then that leaves us with, if anyone has any questions.
Oh, one thing before we...
Department and projects, next week is economic development. That's my bad.
And one thing before we end the show, Nicole, next week, next Tuesday when we are live, at that time we will have a new redesigned website. So all of the website features or the pages that we've been showing you today will have a new design. So we're excited about that. The information will still be there. Nothing will change in regard to the information, but the look will be updated and new, and I'm very excited about it.
It actually should be a little bit easier to navigate because we kind of tweaked a few things, but other than the new look, you guys won't see a ton of changes other than stuff is easier to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about it. So
I've loved all the questions.
And that'll be next Tuesday after. Well, no, it'll be live before the show. You're right.
Yes, Terry, that is correct. So we did GAC Phase 1 about 2 years ago. Does that sound right? Maybe 3.
2017, 2018?
Yeah. And so that made like a huge difference. And then now we're starting the next phase, which is going to be even better. So, I remember when I started with the city, that was one of the top issues is the odor and the taste. And since we did GAC 1, that has gone like down. It's a lot better. It's been better for our restaurants as well. And so I'm anxious to see what Phase 2 does for us.
I'll put more information in our next department update. But yeah, it's the taste and water like he was talking about. So we've already changed part of the filters and stuff in other areas. So this is just that last phase that Blake was talking about.
Yep. And keep in mind, we're surface water. So our water comes from Lake Weatherford. We have a really, unlike a lot of other cities in Texas, we have a really strong water supply. We also have an agreement with a lake, Benbrook. Does that sound right? Yes.
Yes.
We have a pipe.
Rick's going to be like, no, you're wrong.
I know. If we get it wrong, Rick, we're sorry. I can never remember. So we actually have a water line that goes to that lake as well during a drought. And so, but one of our issues has been just the fact that we're surface water. And so the algae can cause the spikes at times, depending on the season.
It tends to be when it's extra cold or extra hot. I remember that from our slides. So I've got a ton of information I can put for you guys.
So the GAC thing is awesome. So, but it's been interesting from our perspective because the complaints and the questions have gone downhill since Phase 1 was complete. So Phase 2 should be even better.
Oh yeah. And I think that was it. So next week, ignore the fact that it says department and projects. That's my bad. We will be back with economic development, rumor control, and we also have a special guest for next week to kind of go in depth on some of the stuff that we talked about last week on the show. Don't forget to tune in tonight for City Council, because I don't think I had that in there. 6:30 tonight. We'll post the link for the survey again on all of our social media. Y'all will see that. So we actually have 2 months that we're running that. So you'll see that a few times, and we'll talk about it a couple more times. At least Blake and I will.
So what I'm hearing is they will get tired of our posts about that survey.
They probably will, but I feel like this is one of those things that a couple weeks ago we were talking about, like there's big changes. So it's like the website. We have a couple more projects that are headed down the pipeline, and then this. So this is one of those things I've been like really nerding out and like ready to share with everyone and excited.
All right. Well, Nicole, thanks for everything that you do.
Thank you for everything you do. See?
And we will see everyone next week, same time.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.